What's up, everybody? Pete from the basement, fresh off of my Ramon killing rampage. We want to thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed the Christmas episode. We decided to do something a little different for you. We hope you really enjoyed it. That having been said, we hope you're still watching us. And you allow us to indulge our, little geek moments there. And, we try to entertain you guys as best we can. So, we also want to thank you guys for sticking with us. This is the start of season 4 of Pete's Basement. Hard to believe it would ever come to this when we started this crazy shit back in 2008. To celebrate that, I'm breaking out a bottle of Seagram's VO Canadian whiskey from 1976. This is, let's see if I do the math, this is about a 34-year-old, 36, what the fuck? Well, how long ago was 1976? 86, 96, 2006, and it is now 2011. This is a 35-year-old bottle of whiskey. So I'm going to sit here and enjoy this as I thank you guys. I'm not sure, now I'm filming this before New Year's, but you're not going to see it until after New Year's. So I'm not sure, editing-wise, where this goes. I'm not sure if this is the end of Season 3 or the beginning of Season 4. So I'm just going to, in keeping with modern comic continuity, I'm going to call this Pete's Basement Season 4 Episode 0. This is like the freebie. This is the one that doesn't cost anything at the comic shops. Thanks, Ramon. Good to have you still alive with us and burping. And we want to thank you guys again for sticking with us for so long. We hope we entertain you. And let's get back to some comics. Let's see what we got so far. I want to go over a couple of cool Christmas gifts that I got. And then I want to tell you a little bit more about that. Now, first of all, I got this from my good friend Miss Nina Iolano, who was kind enough to buy me my very cool rock, paper, scissors, lizard Spock t-shirt. Took me a minute while staring at this symbol here to figure out what it was, but once I got it, it was one of the awesomest t-shirts that I could ever imagine. And it even has little arrows pointing and telling you what beats what. So that was cool. I want to thank my buddy Lewis for getting me this Blackest Night Batman t-shirt, which I'll be wearing possibly tonight, I'm not sure, as I party for New Year's. I would like to thank Louie's brother Patty for my vintage Batman t-shirt. How cool is that? I love when my friends indulge my geekness. And above all else, this is cool. I want to thank my lovely friend Christina for my tap-out, punch-out style t-shirt with Kimbo Slice looking like Bald Bull. How fucking cool is this? So, there's that. And I'd like to thank my dear friend Paula for hooking me up with Arkham Asylum Madness, which we reviewed for you guys a couple weeks back by Sam Keith. This was awesome. And Brian Azzarello and Lee Bermeo came out with Luthor. Remember, they came out with the Joker a while back. Now this is their second book in their line of villains. This is basically Superman from Luthor's point of view. I have not read this yet, but it's apparently a New York Times bestseller, and I will review this for you as soon as I'm finished reading it. I want to thank you guys, Paula, Patty, Louie, Christina, Nina, Maria, especially all of my friends who hooked me up with a bunch of geeky comic book stuff for Christmas and my birthday, which is forthcoming. And I want to thank all of you people out there who indulge your boyfriends, your husbands, your uncles, sometimes maybe even your girlfriends, in those very small, very few situations. You guys get an extra special credit for attempting to buy us comic book stuff. And those of you who actually buy us comic books, the effort does not go unnoticed. We know what kind of an effort it takes to buy comics on eBay and things like that. There's a lot of shit to look at. You're talking about grading, you're talking about different prices, different volumes. Flash Volume 1 number 78 is a lot different than Flash Volume 2 and 3 number 78. And we all know that. I mean, this is easy for us. But for you people who are out of the genre, respectfully, you don't really know what you're looking at. And the effort that you put in to figure out, or try to figure out what the fuck you're looking at, for our benefit, is very much appreciated. We really do extend you our warmest gratitude. And the best example I found of that was over the holidays. I was poking around on my buddy Eddie D'Angelini, who was basically my comic book brother from another mother out in California. Though we have never met, I am sure we have a lot in common. He quoted his wife as saying, but you have a lot of comics, how many more do you need? And Eddie's response was simply, all of them. That is the greatest answer I've ever heard, and one that we can all relate to. So Eddie, my hat is off, even though I don't usually wear a hat, that's Steve's department, but salute to you and to everyone else. Happy New Year. Thanks for watching. Now let's review some new comics. Batman the Dark Knight, issue 1 by David Finch came out this week. And I am so thrilled. I am elated to say that there is a Batman book I don't fucking hate. This was good. By any stretch of the imagination, and compared to the shit that they've been trying to shine before, this is fantastic. This was, it's not obviously a back to basics Batman because there are still like shadowy mentions of Batman Incorporated and everything, but right now, one of Batman's old childhood friends, this girl Dawn Golden, has gone missing, and it's up to Bruce to find her. It's pretty much a detective story as far as Batman goes. He runs afoul of Killer Croc and the Penguin. It's a multi-part story, so this doesn't end with issue 1. So I'm hoping issue 2 doesn't suck. I'm just really happy to have enjoyed a Batman book at this point, and I'll take what I can get. I went into this with very low expectations, which could explain why I like it so much. But anywhere where Batman's not fighting a giant squid or, you know, fucking finding a time machine wherein he was destined to be Batman from 800 years ago, it is a joy for me to read. So, thank you, David Finch. Thank you, Scott Williams, for your role in Batman the Dark Knight #1. You have a fan for as long as it's good. I'm glad I can read a Batman book again. And here's Batman Not Done Right. Miller and McNiven's Nemesis, issue 4. Once again, fortunately, this story concludes with this issue, and you don't have to put up with this any longer. You know, back when I challenged you guys to send us video or send us letters of why you like Nemesis, nobody wrote in. So I'm happy to say, I guess either you all agree with me, you're either afraid of me and didn't want to answer, or, you know, you're smart and don't like Nemesis. It was stupid. It was fucking ridiculous. There's a whole bunch of things that you're just led to believe, and it winds up with a knockdown, drag-out, shootout fight between Nemesis and the cop whose name escapes me at the moment. He winds up, Nemesis is taking over the White House. He's got the guy's wife and the president strapped with bombs. One thing I did like was that the president like ran over to the guy. It was I'm getting ahead of myself because it's so fucking stupid. I'm trying to tell you guys about it. Basically, you know, it's up to the cop. He's got the master button, and he either blow up the wife or blow up the president of the United States. And you can't save both. And if you don't push a button, they're both going to blow up. So the president runs over to Nemesis and blows up, which was pretty cool. Somehow he survives the explosion. And now there's a big shootout on the front lawn of the White House. The guy shoots Nemesis right in the fucking head. Story's done. The cop is in like cardiac arrest. He flatlines. So basically Nemesis said, "You're going to die at midnight." He died at midnight. They brought him back. Everything's fucking fine and dandy. The cop goes on vacation. He's at some tropical island somewhere and gets a weird letter that basically says, "Listen, I planned all of this right down to the very last detail. Oh, that guy you met that was calling himself Nemesis, nicely done dispatching his stupid ass. Basically, I'm just a financier of rich idiots that want to be supervillains because that's what's popular now. And this was all planned 10 years ago." And at the last page shows some rich old dude sitting on probably his own tropical island drinking some fucking wine, and all of this was planned 10 years ago in advance. You're just led to accept things with no explanation of why. If it was a Batman book, there would be some kind of explanation. Even if it was a Grant Morrison Batman book. Like, I don't like Grant Morrison for his style of writing. I think he's disrespectful to characters that he writes. I think he's all over the place kind of thing, but I dislike Mark Miller in this case because he's really all over the place. It's like working with a scatterbrain, and they can't formulate a thought, so we'll put something here, something here, something here, something behind it. That's the only way I can explain this to you. Like, you just, it's like he's saying, here's the book, just read it and accept it. I mean, if you like that sort of thing, fine. I'm just glad it's over. I had to buy issue 4 because I had to see how this fucking nonsense wrapped itself up. And I'm happy I don't have to buy anything more. Mark Miller, speaking of his Avengers 3, issue 5. Listen, you limey cocksucker. You go around bad-mouthing fucking America to Americans, calling us basically warmongers in this issue, that, you know, you got a couple of foreign dudes on the Ultimates from Ultimates issue volume 2 that are now working with the Ultimates rather than get killed, and they're talking about containing an aggressive foreign policy and whatever else. Listen, you son of a bitch. First of all, don't go around bad-mouthing Americans. First of all, yeah, we are the fucking tough guys in the world. Second of all, we can kick your fucking limey ass 3 ways from Sunday. Why don't you take the fucking money that's paying you to write this drivel and get your fucking teeth fixed? Okay, we're zen, we're good. Not going into the new year being angry. It's not healthy. And we're going to try to dispense with all the bad energy that makes us angry, like that. And those don't care anymore. We're good, we're calm. Let's move on to some stuff that makes me happy. Flash number 8 saw the origin of Professor Zoom. Basically, Eobard Thawne had a hand in his own origin. He, as the Reverse Flash, would travel back and forth through time, tweaking his own life. He killed his younger brother, so he would have more time to study the Speed Force and everything. He killed a dude that was ahead of him at a job, so he could get a promotion. He killed some girl because he fell in love with her. She rejected him, and then he was distracted. He just went around killing a bunch of people for his own benefit. This was a cool story. This is time travel done right. It's an awesome variant cover, which is only $1 more. Check out that race between the Flash and the Reverse Flash. I'm really enjoying where the Flash is going. I hope that Flashpoint, which is the next, this is a really big story arc coming up for the Flash by Jeff Johns, of course. And if it's anything compared to what he's done with Green Lantern, it'll be good. I have no idea what it's going to be about yet, but I got my fingers crossed, and we'll see how that works itself out. Green Lantern 61 saw the first appearance of the Butcher, our first actual look at the Red Lantern, you know, spirit entity, whatever, Guardian Force thing, and they were able to contain the Butcher's energy, the Butcher's life force, whatever, inside the Red Lantern before Krona could get a hold of it. Krona is the guy at the end of Green Lantern issue 60, and if you turned that last page and said, who? Like I did, I had to go Wikipedia his ass, and apparently Krona is very much entwined in the Green Lantern mythos. He is the lost guardian, or, you know, he was the guy that peered too far into the making of the universe and how it was created and whatnot, and he was warned against it, and somehow he, like, disrupted the time stream by doing that, and he was cast out of the Guardians, and he became a villain, as anybody who gets cast out of the Guardians seems to do. And I want to give you guys a little eBay hint. When it comes to important characters like this, you know, Krona, or with Necron, or pretty much, like, anytime you get the resurgence of an old school villain like this, pretty much I like to go, I Wikipedia who he is, what he's about, just in case I don't have any clue, like such was the case with Krona, and I look for their first appearance. And in Krona's case, it was Green Lantern issue 40. We're all familiar with this cover, I'm sure. If you're even the smallest Green Lantern fan or comic book fan, you know this cover with Green Lantern and Alan Scott and the Guardians in the background. So once I found out that this was Krona's first appearance, I went and found a copy on eBay. I think it ran me $55. I'm still waiting for it to come in the mail, and I'll show it off to you guys when it gets here. But that's a big eBay tip coming from your buddy Pete here. Whenever you see somebody new pop up that hasn't been around for a while, go and check out their first appearance and see if you can get it. Because chances are it's going to be cheap at first, and then give it a month or two down the line as whatever story they're making develops, the book is going to escalate in value. This book is already very popular. It's fortunately not that expensive. It's affordable at this point for as far as Silver Age books go. You can get a decent copy from anywhere between 50 to 150 bucks. This probably may not be the case for long, given that they're trying to bring Krona back into the fray. I remember picking up Black Hand's first appearance, which I believe it was Green Lantern 27, maybe 27 or 28. I got that for like $7 or $8. Now it's at like 40 or 50 because of the whole Blackest Night thing. Not a major upheaval, and not something you say, oh God, I gotta hide this from potential thieves or something. It's not like it's not like you got Showcase 22 running around or something. But it's cool to, for me at least, it's cool to have the first appearance of the popular dudes that are running around comics these days. So that's what I like to do. I like find out who's coming, what's the first appearance, and I go and see if I can afford a copy of it on eBay. So hopefully, usually I'm able to. And here we have the Avengers number 8. I'm surprised I'm liking an Avengers book, but like we said last month, anything with the Infinity Gems is pretty cool to me. This book sees the recreation of the Illuminati, with Medusa taking her husband Black Bolt's place. Basically, Tony Stark and Reed Richards both call a meeting for what they believe to be separate instances, but turns out it's the same one. Infinity Gems are being stolen, and we got to figure out who's doing what. Tony Stark leaves in the middle of an Avengers meeting as they're trying to figure out why the Red Hulk just came crashing through their window. And he leaves, and at the end of the book, Steve Rogers and the rest of the Avengers follow him. And they catch up with him in the Himalayas, which is the former location of the Inhuman base of Adelon. And that was where Black Bolt kept his Infinity Gem, which was the Reality Gem. And they all come out, the Illuminati guys come outside, and you see Steve Rogers and the rest of the Avengers like, Tony, what are you doing? So it's basically now the whole Illuminati thing is going to come to light. This is shaping up to be a really good story. The Hood collecting the Infinity Gems wasn't even a part of this particular issue, but I'm sure we'll see him get at least very close to having all of the gems, and maybe even reconstructing the Infinity Gauntlet. We'll see what happens there. I'm pretty excited about this. I didn't like the last Avengers storyline with Kang, so I didn't read it. But and I just picked up 7 on a whim because it was like the whole Red Hulk thing, and I think I picked it up to hate it, and it turns out I didn't. So I was pleasantly surprised. I highly recommend this story so far. I got a good feeling about it. I think it's going to be really good, so I'm going to tell you guys to try and pick this one up. Started with Avengers 7. You can definitely still get it in the back issue bins. You don't need any of the crazy variant covers that they came out with. I think there were like 2 or 3. They weren't expensive, but just get the baseline issue. And yeah, check out Avengers 7 and 8. This is a good time to jump on it. Ultimate Thor number 3. Nothing really major here. The story's kind of bland at this point. There's a lot of Thor issues running around. So, can I recommend this? No, not yet. Save yourselves the trouble. I'll let you guys know if it's really worth it once the trade comes out and the story concludes. Carnage issue 2 of 5. This is kind of interesting. The half of the body of Cletus Cassidy, Carnage, that the Sentry ripped in half oh so many moons ago, back in the pages of Avengers, was floating through space and crashed into like this rich dude's satellite, and they procured the carcass, and now they're harvesting the symbiote into these 5 or 6 different like superhero armor costume things that they're trying to market as, I think, some sort of secret police. They're using the qualities of the symbiote. It doesn't make a lot of sense. They're using the qualities of the symbiote to give these superhero armor things, which they're just like general idiot dudes running around in these costumes. They're inexperienced morons that are using like basically organic costumes. And give it time, those costumes will probably turn against them and try to eat them. And now we see this shrink, not shrink, a psychologist who is Shriek's psychologist. Remember Shriek from Maximum Carnage all those years ago, back when comics were awesome? We saw the resurgence of the Doppelganger and Shriek, and now Shriek's psychologist, she gets fucked up. She loses an arm in an accident with one of these, organic superhero dudes, and now the prosthetic that she was given is apparently evil. You still with me here? The prosthetic arm she's given is evil, and it's giving her orders. It's like dragging her along, making her do things, and it punches a hole in the Carnage containment unit, and the symbiote infects the prosthetic limb, which in turn infects all of the psychologist, and now we have a female Carnage running around. So I don't know if I like this yet. I don't hate it, but I don't know if I like it yet. Clayton Crane's artwork is a big part of what's keeping me here. I'm not going to tell you guys to go out and waste your money on it. Let me do it, and if it's that awesome by issue 4, I'll tell you guys to wait for the trade. If not, don't bother. I can't see Carnage issues 1 through 5 being, bank busters later on down the road in a couple of years, so I wouldn't worry about getting the original issues or anything. So wait for this story to conclude, and I'll let you know if it's good or not. Wrapping up, S.H.I.E.L.D. issue 5 came out this week. I am still no closer to understanding what the hell this book is about. Apparently Nathan Richards and Howard Stark now travel forward in time to, the year like 400,000 or something. The moon is like broken off into pieces. You remember that movie H.G. Wells' The Time Machine that came out like back in 2004 or so? With that really cool. The only reason to watch the movie was that one scene where the guy looks up at the moon and it's like fucking broken in half. That was like the only cool part of the movie. That was like the really cool part of this book. Other than that, I don't know. They're throwing names out there of like these old scientists like Nikola Tesla and Isaac Newton and Da Vinci and all of these different people. And they're all part of this, a part of the S.H.I.E.L.D. They're all like immortal or whatever. I don't know what this book is about. But I still like it. I don't know why. If you're reading this already and you think you can explain it to me, please write to us and help me out here. You know the deal, guys. Questions@PetesBasement.com. Facebook us. Start a thread. Let's talk about S.H.I.E.L.D. Let's talk about anything you want. It's the new year. Fucking let's just talk. Let's just talk. I still like S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm gonna keep picking it up because I want to understand it. I want to know why I like it. It's so mysterious that it keeps drawing me in, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna stick around and check it out. Last one for the day. Oh god, that was tough. That was hot dogs. Finally, you remember me reviewing for you that What If that came out last week, or 2 weeks ago? The Spider-Man, what if he killed Kraven the Hunter? And I told you, what if Tony Stark what if Norman Osborn had won the Battle of Asgard? So it's basically like, what if Siege turned out the other way? So I went and picked this up because it was What If number 200. And I gotta tell you, this right here is what a What If is supposed to be. This is good. This is What If back to its original roots of something changes and it doesn't go the right way, and just fucked up shit just keeps happening in this gigantic avalanche of fucked upness that just rolls over everybody. I can't tell you what happens in this book because it will spoil everything for you. Please do yourself a favor. This is my book of the week. Batman was a close second. This is my book of the week. What If number 200. Get your ass out there and get it. It is beautifully painted. It is incredibly well written. You've got a backup story of what if Uatu the Watcher had killed Galactus, which goes all the way back to Fantastic Four number 48, 49, and 50, the first appearance of Galactus and the Silver Surfer. This What If is written by the one and only Stan Lee, who wrote the original story. This is the book to get. This is so good. And it's only going to run you, what, $5? Alright, it's $5 fucking bucks. But it's better than some of the rest of this dribble that I've spent my money on, and that bullshit from fucking the British asshole that I can't stand. I wasted my money on that. The least I can do is tell you guys it's okay to waste your money on this one. What If number 200, I thoroughly enjoyed. I can't believe I enjoyed it. There's a great cover gallery and a rundown of all the other what ifs. So that about does it for me this week, guys. Once again, thanks for watching. Turn you over to the other boys to see what they're talking about. And we'll see you guys next week for a brand new roundtable. Pete's Basement, Season 4, Episode 1. Happy New Year, guys. Salud.
Happy New Year. Just going through some of my comic boxes. Got some behind me. Some over here. And I thought I'd just share some of the stuff with you guys. One of the things I found that was kind of like stuck to another issue was DC versus Marvel preview booklet thingy. So I was always more of a Marvel fan than a DC fan, so I was kind of, I think at the time, rooting more for Marvel than DC. Although Storm versus Wonder Woman, I'd rather Wonder Woman to win, because I don't like Storm. I'm not a big Storm fan. And then Halle Berry played her in the movie, and I hated her even more, because they really did not use that character well. Anyway, so that's Superman 75. I have 2 issues. This one that I opened up, and then I have one that is locked away somewhere. So I think what Ramon said, he did the same thing. So the first Superman, I don't have it. It's in one of these boxes. I saw it and I thought I pulled it out and I didn't. So, and I'm too lazy to go through it. But I just wanted my first DC issue that I remember buying myself was Superman 47, Soul Search number 2. It was a 3-issue story outline where it was the first Soul Search issue was in Action Comics 657 or something like that. But what I bought was Superman 47, and it was already in the middle of a storyline. And at that time, I was just getting comic books from around the corner, you know, on the stands. It wasn't a comic book store. So if I was in the middle of a storyline, I was in the middle of a storyline, and that was that. Tough noogies. So, but I was able to get Part 3, so I saw Part 2 and Part 3, which Part 3 was in Adventures of Superman 470 or something like that. And at the time, I didn't really understand that they were 2 different titles. I thought it was one title, and the numbers were... I was really confused by the whole thing. Still a little bit confused by the whole thing. But it was a weird story. He's in hell. It was, I recommend it. It was interesting enough. But so my first Marvel issue, which I've talked about, that I remember buying myself, was Uncanny X-Men 268. The famous cover of Wolverine, Black Widow, and Cap. So illustrated by Jim Lee, and it was very exciting at the time. I've said that 1,000 times, but and here's all my Silver Sables. Whoop. So I think I have them all. Went to like issue 33. I think it was the last issue. 34. 30, maybe 35. 35. Yeah. The last issue. This is the first issue. Notice the chrome cover thingy. Embossed, whatever it is. I don't know what it's called. So, but you got Spidey and Sandman there. This is when Sandman was a good guy. And I like Sandman as a good guy. Sandman's one of those characters, I like him either bad or good. He works both well. He works well both ways. Yeah. So, those are my sole examples. They were fun to read. I'm sorry. You know. This is an issue. This is my first annual. I remember, okay, this is Amazing Spider-Man Annual 24 with Ant-Man. I remember, how much was it at the time? $2. I remember that being a lot of money for a comic book. And I think I had to ask my grandmother for it, or I asked my grandfather for it without telling my mother. She would not have wanted me to waste $2 on a comic book, I think. But, I don't know why they don't bottle that and like sell it in comic book stores. I mean, us geeks could just spray it on. Well, I guess we wouldn't spray it on ourselves. We sprayed it on our girlfriends. Victoria's Secret. Victoria's Secret. Geek smell, whatever. Alright, I'm gonna shut up now. So, I think, I mean, there's a lot more I can talk about, but I just wanted to go down memory lane. So, but I don't want to go too far down because I'm not wearing any shoes. Yeah, I know, bad jokes. So anyway, Happy New Year. And, be safe out there. And we'll see you next week in the basement. 2011. 2011 in the basement. 2011. See you then.
Happy New Year's. Segment episode. Peace drunk. Now away we go. 2 weeks worth of books. I think it's 2 weeks. It's a lot of books. Anyways, not reviewing that. Batman: The Dark Knight #1 came out, and I'm indifferent about it. That's the best I could get out of it. Some people saying it's the next Hush. I don't think so, but it's not bad. But I was kind of frustrated with the whole another person from Batman's history is hurt. And of course, there's always somebody from Batman's history right before his parents died, which was a pretty freaking early age. So he must have known a lot of damn people when he was that young. I'm just saying. Alright, quick review. Batman in terms of comic books, the art is shit. Oh, okay, The Flash, number 8, The Reverse Flash Rebirth. I hate time travel. I really do. Now you might be thinking, oh, we filmed the whole, mini movie about time travel. Yeah, because, we were being sarcastic. We hate, time travel. We do. And Flash 8 was a lot of it. I like Professor Zoom, but no. Not reviewing that. Or that. IDW's The Cape. #1, it's really a one-shot. From the writer of Lock and Key. He didn't actually write it, though. He created it. It's based on a short story of his. Good shit. I highly recommend this. It's a one-shot. $3.99. I'm looking into his short stories based on. Because it was good shit. I highly recommend it. I love Lock and Key as it is. If you're going to get on that, start at the beginning. Don't try to get in the middle. But, The Cape. Top Cows, Echoes, #1 of 5. Ooh, really fucked up shit in this book. But, again, it's good shit. It's dark. It's very dark. Black and white. Just dark shit, man. Dark. I would recommend it. If not, pick up the trade, but I think it's $2.99. I don't know. It's bagged, so I'm not going to check right now. Nemesis #4. Garbage. Oh my god. If it's $2.99 a book. That's the saving grace of this series. Stupid shit. Ultimate Thor #3. I don't really care for this. I don't. And that sucks. I love Thor. I am the Thor guy in the basement. And this series isn't doing it for me. Being a Thor guy, I've constantly read the whole story of, you know, Thor and Loki, Thor, and how Odin is. No, I'm sick and tired of it. And considering the movie's going to be pretty much all that, I don't want to deal with it. American Vampire number 10 came out. New story arc. Good shit. I love American Vampire. It is one of my top series. I look forward to it every month. I haven't said it in a while, actually. Anyways, you should be picking it up, seriously. Batman Annual number 11 came out. No, number 28 came out. And the main story was good. The backstory was just filler. It connects with a Detective Comics Annual that came out a couple of weeks ago. Good stuff. I'm not even reviewing that. Or that. LaFkeeze Christmas special came out. It was cute. That's what it was. It was just cuteness. $3.99 worth? No. Power Girl 19 came out, and it's good. It really is good. It's interesting. It's deep. It's fucked up what Maxwell Lord is doing and how he's doing it, and I would highly recommend it. Highly. I'm not gonna review that. Warlord of Mars number 3 came out. Starting to pick up its pace. I really like it a lot. It's interesting, the effect of Mars on the human and everything like that. It's really good fantasy shit. I mean, really good stuff. And the covers are, it's always good to have variant covers at the same price that are all gorgeous. It's kind of a pain in the ass because you want to pick them all up, but they're not $1, so fuck that. You just have to choose which one you like the most. Artifacts number 4 came out from Top Cow. Really, what number 4? First of all, it's 13 issues. You talk shit about like, ooh, first volume's done. Really, you're not even a third way done. You know, my shit. Chew number 16. I love Chew. Chew is one of my favorite books. Period. Separate or arcs, it's. I like it more than American Vampire. And wow, I'd probably put it in the top 5 or 3. Haunt, good shit. You can't go wrong with Haunt. You know, even the whole sperming thing just went. You know, it's just no longer in the picture. No, it's just good comic book. And considering, you know, like McFarlane's name's attached to this, it's like Image is trying to make a comeback. Except, you know, Rob Liefeld's still lingering. Invincible number 76. This is a fantastic series. If you're not picking up this series, get on it. Get on it. I jumped on the series with the Viltrumite War, which started 75 or 74. But I'm also picking up the trades. I think I'm up to 6 or 7. I need to get back on that. Good shit, man. Good shit right there too. Fantastic Four number 586. I liked it. It shows Galactus in total badassness. It shows Silver Surfer's badassness. I wish every other book showed them this way. It'd be very nice. Don't take them out of order. Okay. Not reviewing that. Should I review Ultimate Doom? No, I'm not even putting up the cover. Ultimate Spider-Man number 151. It's okay. He's supposed to start training and everything like that, and Gwen Stacy's back, and that's interesting because I thought they were gonna do the whole symbiote angle, but they haven't. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know, man. I don't know. But sooner or later he's gonna die. What's his name? Bagley's coming back. I don't know if it's gonna be a separate thing or part of the regular series. I hope it is. I'm not reviewing X-Men books. No, I'm not. You can't make me. That's it. I forget what comes out next week. I'm picking up a dozen books or so. And I forget what's coming out next week. Next week we'll be in the basement. Yay! Hopefully Pete, you know, didn't do evil, debauched stuff down there during, you know, New Year's. You don't know him like we do. He's different. Bobble.
All right, so, hey, hey, Super Mario, Happy New Year. What did I get? There you go.
What's up, everybody? Pete from the basement. This is technically the New Year's episode, but I did want to say something about Ramon. Let's scratch that. Hold on, please. Where the hell is the rest of it? I was talking with his fucking broad of a wife.
I'm recording. Ugh, fucking hot. 100-year building turns your apartments into a freaking sauna. Anyways. Is that my phone ringing? Yes, it is, and that sucks. Press the red button.
I am. Shut up.
Who is it? Shit. Oh well. My shit.